God bless you, lovely Christian friends. Truly, God is wonderful to us, and we thank Him for how good He is to us. We have redemption through His blood, Ephesians 1:7, because we are His body and are of His blood, 1 Corinthians 11:27. Our flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, 1 Corinthians 15:50. And as we have borne the image of the earthly, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly, 1 Corinthians 15:49, being now justified by His blood, Romans 5:9. The missing spirit of the children of Israel is a thing we will get into as we begin to go through. And we are basically in the book of the Gospel of Luke. And as we said many a time, that God Himself often give us great pearls of wisdom in these broadcasts. We're made now by the blood of Christ. Ephesians 2:13. You can draw nigh by James chapter 4:18, or you can be made nigh. It is better to be made nigh than to draw nigh. We all understand that. Better to be made than to be drawn by His blood. Every soul upon the planet Earth are linearly associated with planetary force lines. Gravitational force lines for gravity or of gravity, electromagnetic force lines, solar and cosmic force lines, and a host of other physical force lines connecting them with the physical universe at large and with each other. And at least the Bible said that He hath made of one blood all nations of men. for all dwell on all the face of the earth. Today men orbit the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed, and the bounds of their habitations. That's Acts 17:26. And this also is the writing of Luke to Theophilus, who was the bishop of Antioch. Theophilus means friend of God. He did this on the Apostle Paul as he stood upon the prominent Mars Hill overlooking the city of Athens. Athens was named after the goddess of wisdom. And his 266-word sermon on the unknown God, agnostortheoi. That's how you pronounce it in Greek, agnostortheoi. That comes from the Stoic philosophy and their concepts of God. These things you need to know, and you will know if you tune in to pay attention. Agnostortheoi, to the unknown God. Looking at Jesus is not just looking at earthly objectivity, but is even greater than looking upon universal objectivities. You have to look upon him by whom all things are made. This is a great revelation from the Lord to understand. We need to understand these things from the Lord. We began the 5th chapter of Luke with Luke calling the Sea of Galilee by the name of the Lake of Gennesaret. John called it the Sea of Tiberias in John 6:1. But in the Old Testament, it was called by the Sea of Chinnereth, Chinnereth. Chinnereth means harp-shaped in Numbers 34:11 and Joshua 11:2. This is where we now find Jesus. Luke having given us a similar account of that of Mark 1:35-39, of Jesus preaching throughout all synagogues of Galilee the kingdom of God. Widespread teachings throughout the whole regions were not about the kingdom of heaven nor the kingdom of God, but were teachings on ceremonies and handed down traditions from setups from the past, prompting Jesus to preach, I must preach the kingdom of God to other cities also, for therefore am I sent. Luke 4:43. We'll continue this later on. God bless you, global Christian friends. God bless America.